Welcome, friends, to one more episode of Analyzing the Markets with Jay Flores. Thank you for being here, for tuning in. So we're going to look at the markets for the week of August. Today is the 23rd, beautiful Sunday. And we are going to look at a few pairs. I was thinking I'm probably going to do the same pairs I did last week. It doesn't matter. We can trade, a few pairs only. I mean, it's as a matter of fact, it's not a good idea to trade a lot of pairs at a time because it's hard to keep focus. It's always better to have 2, 3, 4, no more than that. As a matter of fact, real professional traders trade 1 to 2, max 3 pairs, no more than that. That way they can really follow the moves and the patterns of each of their pairs and not losing track, because instead of focusing in 29 pairs all over the place, real professional traders just follow 2 or 3 pairs at a time. You don't need more than that to get rich. That's all you need. We are using this miraculous system, multiple time frame, made with Tim Irvin. So we're gonna analyze the markets and see what the highest probabilities of moves for this week to come. So let's start with I'm gonna start with USDCAD. I have the few pairs I have in my list right here. What are we waiting for this week? Okay, last week we were about this area. The market went up and then did another low. Now we have, brothers and sisters, we have support, very strong support. We had an impulse. Now we have this correction sideways. So the most logical move, okay, and it's all probabilities. The most logical move is to the upside. So we have the magic arrow right here telling us buy. So we're in a buy, and then the USDCAD, the small correction right now, sideways correction. But look, the magic arrow, buy is a good buy, sell is a good sell. Okay, so our internal group knows what's going on with this. Okay, this is a counter trend trade. So don't go for a lot of pips. Just go for a move, and that's it. Because you know that the river is coming down. You see how strong the river is coming down right here. So this move can be just to around this area and then drop. Maybe it can go higher, It doesn't matter. I mean, it can go all the way to the top of here, but we know that it's the major trend, or the master trend, or the river. It's going down. Okay. All right. That's for USDCAD. CAD JPY. Let's check it out. This is what we're waiting for this week. Why? Because we have magic arrow right there. Okay. It dropped real nice last week, and then we have a sideways move right now. Okay. A lot of this sideways moves, they move like, in patterns. 1, 2, 3, down. A lot of the time that happens. Okay, but the most logical move for the market, it can still go a little bit higher this week. Maybe a little bit higher. Or it can start dropping from there. Whatever it is, our main direction for this trade, because of the magic arrow, is looking for sales. But you got to be careful, because you're going against the river again. Okay, so it will be a counter trend trade, and every time you take a counter trend trade, you only go for one move. It can be a small move, it can be a bigger move, but the river, it's gonna take over. Okay, the river is gonna take over. You see this move right here? Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So that's what we got to keep an eye. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. So you got to keep an eye on that all the time. All right, let's move forward. Out CHF. What are we waiting for? Out CHF. Our bias should be in the buy, but right now we are in a pullback. Okay, so coming down now, the market started going up a little bit. It might go just a little bit, or it can start dropping from the area, but it's going to go down for the next few days, and preparing for the most beautiful trades that we like to take. It's with the master trend. Okay, but we have to wait for the trade to come to us, this area. Then we look for the buy. Okay, now if you're an experienced trader and you like to risk it, you can go against the master trend only for a few pips, but you know what you're doing. You know your risk. You know that what you're supposed to be risking. By the way, you should never risk more than 2%. 2% of your account per trade. Okay, so what am I saying? So if you have a $100 account right now, if you want to be successful in Forex trading, you can only risk per trade, if you only have $100, $2 per trade. So if you have $1,000, you can only risk $20 per trade. And there's no way that you're going to lose your account if you follow this rule. Okay, because you will need to lose 50 trades in a row. And that is almost impossible. Even if you trade with your eyes closed, that's almost impossible. So the trick of the game of Forex, it's a risk reward. That's where it is. Okay, it's not so much how good you are, how smart you are. It's how smart you trade. Risk reward. That is the key point. And I mean, one day, if you're barely starting on this, one day you're going to remember those words. You're going to say, I should have listened since then. Because that's the reality. It took me years to understand that. But that's where it is. The risk reward. If you're disciplined with that, you'll be okay with this business. So, AUDCAD. Okay. This is again, counter the direction on the 4-hour. And the magic arrow, it's a pullback, obviously. So you can go for a few pips. But the smart traders, the very good ones, are going to wait for this trade to go up. They're going to be very patient. They're going to wait for the middle of the week. Maybe more, we don't know. Sometimes they extend a little bit longer. Okay, by the way, if you are completely new in Forex, or you just looking from far, not decided to go in yet, if you decide to go in and you want to buy this incredible system, multiple time frame, I have this $20 coupon off, authorized with Team with Irvin. Use this code JF20, you will get $20. Even better, the boss told me that if you give him a message or send him a message, hey, I buy this with the JF20 code, can I add the extra discount? Might get another $39 off. So take advantage of this. I don't know for how long this is going to be, so take advantage. All right, let's continue. CAD CHF. What do we got here? What do we have here? This is a pullback. Okay, so we are inspecting the market. The market can only do the two things right here. Oh, let me get my, so I can draw a little stuff in the charts. 1 second, please. I don't want to make this video too long. Just gonna analyze 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 pairs today. Okay, I have the lines right here. So what do we got? So the market can go, already did a impulse down, then an impulse down, maybe another one, then go down, or the market can shoot down from where it is already. I'm just gonna leave that line right there because the direction is down. Okay. One of the things that I like to do, you don't have to do this, but for example, we're in the 4 hours right now. You have this move right there. You have a magic arrow. There's a counter trend. Keep in mind, this is a counter trend. I announce it again. But sometimes you can do small trades. Let me get the 1 hour right here. And I received a comment, more like a question. If I can put, like, some people don't have the system, okay? Maybe they don't have possibilities yet or whatever it is. You can still participate, in the market. It's simple as, direction because you're here. Because you're here trading with Jay Flores, okay? So you know the direction. So how about put in like a trend line like this on the lows, the most significant lows right there. And wait for the market to cross that trend, because this is a trend, right? It's going up. It's a small trend, obviously, but it's a minor degree trend. If it starts crossing down, you can take a trade. Maybe you take a trade to the MA, maybe you take a trade to the low, but that's a few pips right there. Let's see. That's 39 pips. Short trades, they're good. So that's one way you can take trades, just by a simple trend line. I mean, you know the direction already. Just follow the direction of the trend line, and you can take trades like that too. Always confirm. Always confirm. Have a system. Have rules. Like Tim with Irvin says, you can't trade without rules. You got to have your rules in paper. If you have 5 rules, you have 10 rules, and follow it every single trade. Those rules don't comply, you don't take the trade. That is being professional traders right there. Following rules. Okay, so let's go back to 4 hours. So that's the direction of the market. FORECAD, CHF. Let's look at EURCAD. EURCAD. Okay, this is another counter trend trade. Okay, be very careful. I mean, the structure looks complete. I look at Elliott wave structures. I mean, it looks complete to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The MACD, it's where I like it. So we'll see what happens, right? But we got a magic arrow. The most logical move for this week will be going up, correction, and then continue moving up. But we'll see what the market does for us this week. I see a pattern going on in the markets all the time, okay? And a lot of the professional traders know that. They call the rhythm of the market. Because, I don't know if you noticed, but every Wednesdays or Thursdays, the trade goes your way, okay? It's because the market is developing a high or a low for that week. It always does. And then what the move that you're waiting for, it always happens in the middle of the week. Now, I don't want to get out of a subject here, but let's keep going. Okay, so up, correction, and then up again. So that's what we're waiting. This can extend a little bit more, and we can start shooting up from there. Okay, always keep that in mind. That's why we trade 2% only, because the moves can extend a little bit. But don't doubt of the magic arrow, because if the magic arrow is telling you it's going in that direction, it's going to move in that direction. Although they can still move a little bit, because the train or the momentum, it's not going to stop in a dime. It can take like sometimes to stop, sometimes, and then go. It's like it's hitting like a sponge, all right? I was talking about last week that lines are not like walls. Lines are like more like a trampoline for the pair, so for the price, you know, it boom and then it moves. Okay, so EURCAD, we're waiting to go. This is a counter trend. Be very careful. The inside of the team knows what I'm talking about. So GBPUSD, we were waiting last week for the market to drop, and it started dropping beautifully. Okay, it actually dropped 237 pips last week. Okay, so as a matter of fact, I mentioned we were right around this area when we did the land analysis, and I mentioned this can still move up one more high, so be very careful. Okay, so one of the ideas that you should have, if you don't know the market's going to turn yet, don't put all your money yet. I mean, start with very little. Just taste the markets. Okay, then if you see the move that is going your way, you can add another trade or something. Well, you know your risk reward system in your program, right? So, and the last one we got to look is AUDCAD. Oh wait, what are we waiting for? GBPUSD. We're waiting for the markets, you know, to continue this pullback up, or it can trade sideways for a couple days or a few days. But this inevitable, it's gonna drop sooner than later. Sometimes the market, you know, is gonna make you impatient being right here doing movements, but the market is gonna drop sooner than later. So that's what we're waiting for, GBPUSD. And the last one we're gonna do at AUDCAD. And in the AUDCAD, we're going in another counter trend. Okay, so be very careful, but you can take some pips. Be very careful again. Okay, go up, correction, up, and the smart trade is this one right here. So let me get rid of that. The smart trade, and the most professional trade would be waiting for the market to come to wherever is going to go, here or here, but to sell it. Okay, so that's what we're waiting for, AUDCAD, for this week also. Thank you very much for subscribing to J Flores channel. Please share the channel. Please hit the bell so you get notifications. I'm going to start doing also the mid-week analysis on Wednesdays to see how the markets are developing. And I wish you guys and gals the best. Make a lot of pips. Start making some money to support yourself and your family. God bless you. Be safe.